So I guess I was easily, second grade. So I don't know, 1960, 68, 69. And I'm sure I started watching it because my dad would watch it with me. And as I was growing up through like grade school, that would be, some time with my dad for sure. We'd watch it every Saturday afternoon. Um, and then he'd take me to see it a couple times. We went to see wrestling a couple times in the Hamburg Fieldhouse in the 70s. Loved it. And I saw wrestling, pro wrestling, WWF, it was called at the time, as well in the New Haven Coliseum, which I would have been when I was in 7th grade, so 74. And that's when I saw Andre the Giant for the first time. And then the day after that event, I walked into a Turkey Hill mini mart in New Haven, and I met Haystacks Calhoun was in there. He was buying milk and eggs, and I walked. I mean, you can't mistake Haystacks Calhoun. It's awesome. Back in the day, in the WWF days, it was so obvious, right? The pat down. I don't even think they do a pat down anymore to check for foreign objects, right? But Teru Tanaka always had his salt. The Sheik always had his like little blade, and you would see it, and it was part of the show. But the refs, of course, never saw it. I miss that stuff. I miss foreign objects. I miss 2 out of 3 falls. I miss. The variety of specialty matches, Texas Death Match, and things like that. So yeah, I do. It's all about the spectacle. That's the only cool thing about wrestling is the spectacle, right? That's been with us since Roman times. You come to the Colosseum, and you see a lot of blood and gore, right? And you forget your problems, right? Now, if I tune in, I don't consider like Stephanie McMahon and Triple H in business suits talking to somebody in the middle of the ring. I don't consider that spectacle. It's boring. Again, that's more for like One Life to Live and this sort of soap opera thing. Yeah, man. I want real rivalries that last. I want wrestlers to hold a championship belt more than like 2 weeks. I think that whole, what is it, Money in the Bank thing is the stupidest thing ever. I just plain old do. So that's sort of a long way around your question. Of all the things they got rid of some of the coolest things going, such as juicing, the blood and. I don't think there's enough heel turns. I don't think there's enough face turns. It's just everybody's sort of in this gray area. Not too nice, not too bad, not too face, not too heel. And back in the day, the good guys, the bad guys were much more clearly delineated. And another thing I miss in the present wrestling is the lack of managerial presence. I liked back in the day. Lou Albano had his stable. Lou Albano was a heel. The Grand Wizard had his stable. He was a heel. The only face manager I can think of is Arnold Skoland, who managed Bruno Sammartino. But it was really cool, man. You get these rivalries, like who's in such and so and so stable now, and yeah, I missed that part too. Best of all time, Harley Race. Definitely. Loved his moves. Loved his presence in the ring. Headbutt off the top of the, off the top of the third rope. The suplex matches against Jack Briscoe, Dick Murdoch, Dusty Rhodes. Sometimes he had platinum blonde hair. Sometimes he had his like natural color hair. I always had the pork chop sideburns. Beer gut and an honest tattoo. Like a real tattoo, like from World War II era tattoo. Great wrestler. My very favorite. Absolutely.
Hammer Wolfsheim. I'm gonna drop the hammer. I'm gonna howl at the moon. Mothers, hide your daughters. Fathers, kill your sons. 'Cause I'm not messing around. I'm coming at you. I'm bringing the doom. I'm bringing the fear. Right here. Hammer Wolfsheim. All right!